Have you ever imagined a weapon capable of catching the world's most powerful navies off guard, even forcing them to rethink their maritime strategies? When the YJ-17 hypersonic missile, measuring 9 meters in length and less than 0.85 meters in diameter, made its public debut at the parade commemorating the 80th anniversary of victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, the answer to this question quietly emerged. This ship-launched missile, featuring a wave-riding body design and sharing lineage with the rocket force's DF-17, has earned the affectionate nickname, Navy Edition DF-17, among military enthusiasts. It not only signifies the maturity of China's hypersonic technology, but also portends a potential revolution in maritime warfare. Visually, the YJ-17 resembles an elongated pebble, tapering at the front and broadening at the rear, with virtually no conventional missile fins. This wave-riding design enables it to ride the shockwaves it generates during hypersonic flight, using these waves as a skateboard. This approach conserves thrust while extending range. This aerodynamic shape enables the YJ-17 to execute a skip-flying trajectory along the edge of the atmosphere, achieving ultra-long-range precision strikes. Its erratic flight path makes it difficult for enemy defense systems to predict and intercept. The wave-riding concept originated from Qian Zuosan's ideas on trajectory optimization and hypersonic flight, and has now been perfectly realized in the DF-17 and YJ-17. The YJ-17's flight capabilities are astonishing. It employs a rocket booster plus scramjet engine combination. The robust second stage first accelerates to Mach 5 in the thin atmosphere, followed by the slender first stage taking over to reach over Mach 8 before launching the warhead into its glide trajectory. Analysts suggest the YJ-17 employs a unique subsonic-supersonic dual-mode penetration strategy, cruising subsonically at sea level to minimize detection probability, then abruptly activating its ramjet engine during terminal phase to surge to 610 Mach. This leaves enemy defense systems with less than 30 seconds to react. This abrupt velocity change, combined with its unpredictable trajectory, leaves no existing interceptor missile with sufficient warning or calculation time for effective interception. One of the YJ-17's most notable features is its exceptional adaptability. It is designed to be compatible with the large-diameter universal vertical launch cells on both the Type 055 guided missile destroyer and the Type 052D guided missile destroyer. These vertical launch systems, with an inner diameter of 850 mm and a depth of 9 meters, represent the core anti-ship combat equipment for China's most advanced surface vessels. This design approach underscores the Chinese Navy's emphasis on equipment utility and deployment flexibility, standing in stark contrast to the U.S. Navy, which has yet to field comparable hypersonic missiles. According to a 2022 report by the U.S. Congressional Research Service, the U.S. Navy's hypersonic weapons program remains in the testing phase, with deployment not expected until after 2025. This indicates China holds a lead of at least 3–5 years in this domain. Such a time gap carries strategic significance in military technical competition, compelling potential adversaries to reassess their naval force deployment methods and operational concepts. Regarding the operational effectiveness of the YJ-17, a common question arises: can its relatively small warhead inflict sufficient damage on large vessels? In reality, hypersonic weapons rely not only on explosive yield, but also on their immense kinetic energy. Even with limited warhead mass, the impact force generated during terminal penetration at several Mach speeds can render an aircraft carrier combat ineffective with a single hit. If it strikes a less protected Aegis-equipped destroyer, a single hit could even sink it. This destructive capability stems from fundamental physics. Kinetic energy increases with the square of velocity, enabling high-speed projectiles to carry immense energy despite modest mass. The YJ-17 forms a perfect complementary relationship with the simultaneously unveiled YJ-19 and YJ-20. The YJ-19 is a submarine-launched missile employing scramjet technology, achieving terminal speeds of 10–12 Mach and reducing the intercept window to under 3 seconds. The YJ-20 is a double-cone hypersonic anti-ship missile specializing in terminal maneuverability and precision strikes, capable of diving at speeds exceeding Mach 10, while the YJ-17 excels with its wave-riding design and unpredictable trajectory. Together, these three missiles form a four-dimensional capability network encompassing speed, range, precision, and stealth. This not only reshapes the power balance in the Western Pacific, but also further solidifies the asymmetric advantage of missile-based maritime control. This multi-model, multi-platform hypersonic strike system makes it difficult for adversaries to counter with a single defensive measure, forcing them to invest heavily in developing multi-layered defense systems. This creates a significant cost imposition effect. Regarding potential drawbacks in wave-riding design, an objective assessment is warranted. The aerodynamic configuration inherently limits internal space, resulting in relatively smaller warhead weights. This may yield insufficient destructive power against large fixed land-based targets. However, for the YJ-17's primary mission, anti-ship warfare, this poses no substantive challenge. Within the Navy, some view hypersonic technology as akin to an armor-piercing projectile with its own rocket motor. It first drills a hole before detonating internally, delivering destructive power that defies comparison with traditional high-tonnage explosives. Moreover, compared to heavy anti-ship missiles, the YJ-17's lower cost enables mass deployment, creating a scale advantage. Additionally, the YJ-17 may incorporate novel, directed energy warheads or multiple effect munitions that maximize destructive effects post-penetration, compensating for its relatively smaller explosive charge. Strategically, the YJ-17 fills a critical gap. It addresses the limitation of the land-based DF-17 hypersonic missile, which cannot inflict significant damage on enemy surface fleets in distant maritime operations. This enables the Chinese Navy to threaten enemy vessels from much greater distances, significantly expanding the radius of regional denial. A single Type 055 destroyer carrying dozens of YJ-17 missiles effectively becomes a mobile hypersonic launch platform, reducing reliance on land-based missile support. This capability enables the Chinese Navy to establish effective deterrence within the second island chain, altering the strategic balance in the Western Pacific. A 2023 report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies noted that China's hypersonic anti-ship capabilities have forced the U.S. Navy to rethink its carrier strike group deployment methods and operational concepts, potentially signaling the end of the era dominated by aircraft carriers in naval warfare. In today's world, hypersonic weapons have become the focal point of military technology competition, with China demonstrating a leading edge in this domain. While the U.S. has invested heavily in hypersonic weapons research, it has faced repeated setbacks during testing phases. In contrast, China's DF-17 and YJ-17 have entered operational deployment. This gap reflects not only differing technological reserves, but also the effectiveness of research systems and strategic resolve. Over decades, China has steadily advanced Qian Zhusin's theoretical concepts into tangible achievements. This accumulated strength represents a true strategic advantage. With the emergence of hypersonic weapons like the YJ-17, the global strategic balance is quietly shifting. Any defense strategy reliant on traditional missile defense systems now faces challenges, compelling potential adversaries to reassess their capabilities and forcing the global military landscape into a new phase. Existing anti-missile systems achieve less than 15% success rates against targets exceeding Mach 10. Compounding this difficulty, these targets possess formidable maneuverability and trajectory-changing capabilities, capable of generating over 20 G of overload, making interception exceptionally challenging. The YJ-17 represents more than just a weapon. It symbolizes China's monumental leap from theory to practice. From blueprints to the skies, its existence has significantly tilted the balance between offense and defense, potentially redefining the rules of future naval warfare.